You just got a screen reader. Now what? NVDA is free, powerful, and honestly, overwhelming at first. That's where NVDA Coach comes in. Real lessons, real feedback, right inside NVDA. No extra windows, no digging through manuals. Press a hotkey, pick a lesson, start learning. NVDA Coach meets you where you are and walks with you every step of the way. NVDA Coach, free, accessible, built for beginners by someone who gets it. Download today from the NVDA add-on store. Learn more at tonygebhart.me/NVDA Coach.
Leave a voicemail for the podcast. You might get answered on air. 541-283-6380. That number again is 541-283-6380.
Welcome to the Tony Gebhart Show. I'll be your host today, Tony Gebhart.
Even to this day, my kids make fun of me because I'm not an English major. You are not going to let me write your report. I'm walking around, I'm driving, whatever it is, but I don't have time for keyboards. I don't have time for any of that stuff. And for anybody that wants to tell a story, the light bulb clicked off on for me because my biggest struggle is I need to be hands-free. My mom calls it, or anybody calls it, right? And it'll you start telling a story about something you remember, your anthology, and it'll ask you questions. Oh, really? What was Jimmy like? Or, it's a conversation to keep the story going so that you'll recall more memories. And
I love that.
Yeah. And the beauty behind it is it's not going to rewrite your story. It's Chuck, wrote it, the programming in such a way. I made sure that, we don't change people's stories. We're not there to rewrite your story.
No.
It's just, and that's what people are afraid of with this kind of technology. And that's not what it does. It just, it's going to take the ums and the, that stuff out and punctuate it and put the grammar correct.
There you go.
But it's not going to rewrite your story. So it's your words, your way.
There you go. I like that.
And, he's got the code in there so that, if you tell a story from, like for you, like your first song, right, that you recorded or what have you, right?
Sure.
So you tell us, you talk about that and how that, and then you jump to, your first podcast, right? And you talk about that. And then later on, you remember something about that first song. You can go back, tell that, and it'll reorganize it and drop the new information in the right spot.
I love that. Yeah, and that's the power of artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Music, motivation, and positively obnoxious.
This is the Tony Gebhart Show, hanging out with a construction guru, Mitchell Wooters, who has incredibly come into my purview recently. And we met on LinkedIn and had some time to converse one-on-one in the DMs. The overall message of these products and what you're doing with the OpenClaw artificial intelligence, and especially with some of the help of your friend Chuck, who's kind of in the back end doing the technology side. It's just magnificent. I'm still playing with UpDater right now, and we'll do a demo later here on the episode. But I've been having fun with it and getting into it. And Wizzenatr, I was going to ask you how to pronounce that.
We were just trying to come up with fun names, right?
I love it. No, it's great. It's gimmicky, and that's what sells, right? When you look at the marketing side of it. But yeah, so Mitchell, welcome to the show. And just thanks for taking time to just hang out with me and come.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this is awesome. So I wanted to just congratulate you with all of your history and success. You're an OSHA trainer. You're a construction, basically like you're the guy, right? Somebody has a project, like you're that guy.
Yeah.
Mitch can do the blueprints. Mitch can find the guys to hammer in the nails. This is an interesting turn. So, we were just talking about it, but let's dive into this. I want to always know, like, what is the why, right? So you're talking about helping your mom. So, like, walk me through that.
Okay.
Like, when did this turn into oh my gosh, like this could reach a broader audience?
Yeah. So, it just started out. My brother Chuck and my niece wanted to do something to help my mom. My mom, she's a college professor. She loves to talk and tell stories and all of that. But, she comes from a generation, computers and technology are not her generation, right? So she's never going to type her stories or her memoirs. So they came up with the idea for biographer, which is just a conversation. She can call in and talk and tell her stories, and biographer will organize them, doesn't change the writing, doesn't rewrite her story, just organizes it and saves it so that you could publish it later or whenever you want. And you can add to your anthology and that sort of thing. And when Chuck was telling me about it, it was right around the time I was really getting pressed for updates and stuff from my work. Homeowners, other trades, they need information, right? But I'm not a English major. I'm in construction. I can build your house from the ground up. I can do all the trades, but we were talking, and literally it was an aha moment. I was driving home and we were talking about it, and I said, "Hey, is there any way you can help me?" And Chuck's my big brother, and he's always helped me through life. And we just started brainstorming, and it was like the light bulb came on. And we slowly developed Updaytr for giving field reports. And I mean, anybody can use it. I'm using it for construction, but there's a company out there that does electrical, and they use it for invoicing. Their crews call in, they give the job number, they give the information, it goes to accounting, and they bill the customers, right? So whatever your business or needs are. And then that evolved into, okay, we're now hands-free. Who can we help with hands-free? And that evolved into Wizzenatr. And, people that, let's just say you're driving, or even me in my story, there was a time when I was a single dad with 2 kids. Now, technology is not where it is today, obviously. But, you ask a dad how he is going to plan an 8-year-old girl's birthday party with the theme of Hello Kitty. Right. And I think most of us are going to go do what,
right.
And, there's that kind of thing, or even if you're just, walking your dog, or you don't have the availability to be at a computer and be at a keyboard, but you want to search the internet, you want to get answers, or let's say you're somewhere and you want to find the bus route,
there you go.
Whatever it is, or plan a vacation, that's what Wizzenatr takes the keyboards out of it, right? There's no apps, no keyboards, no training. It's simple. It was designed, the base of it is to work for my mother, which was she can operate a phone. So if you can operate a phone, then you can use all of our products. All of our products are designed to be hands-free voice over the phone. And you don't have to have a smartphone. If you have an email address and a landline, you're good to go.
I love it. I love it. And I'm sorry to interject here. This is where I got excited. This is where my excitement goes through the freaking roof, is because 90% of the clientele that I serve, right? So I'm totally blind. And I serve, as you've probably seen, people with disabilities. And, most of these folks have either A, recently lost their vision, or 2, it's been progressive, or, 3, they're old age, right? They're in that older bracket. and they don't want to be spending time learning screen readers, maybe, or maybe they don't want to be bogged down by having to learn a complex computer system. This takes the cake, because I mean, I loved your demo. All you got to do is ask Siri, hey, call so and so, and like you're set, you're ready to go. Yeah, and the setup isn't that complicated. I mean, it can be as complicated as you want. Updater and crab caller are the two most complicated to set up, but that's because they're blank slates almost, right? You have to tell it what you want it to do. Right. Nothing that we've designed is telling someone how to run their lives or live their lives, right? Or their companies or any of that. It's just a blank slate. So you can have Updater ask you questions, or Wizzenatr, it's waiting for you to say what you want to search. It's just live internet search, and it's different. Everybody says, oh, it's AI. No, yes, it's an AI tool that does the stuff for you, but it's not an AI memory giving you false or vague information. It's real internet search. Right. It's accurate. Yes, you can get the bus routes. Yes, you can, get whatever it is that you need. Concert, if you want to go to a concert or something, whatever it is, it's going to give you real information that's current and live. It's an amazing opportunity for people with limited access. Right. To basically do it. I think you put it best. It's like a universal design. Yes, universal design, right? It addresses a broader spectrum, and makes it accessible, right? It kind of reminds me, what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those you remember back in the 90s and early 2000s when they had those phone services you could call in to get like updated information on weather, traffic. Yeah. You know what I mean? It gives me that vibe. Yeah. I love it. It gives me that vibe, Yeah, exactly. That's what we tried to do, was because I'm a simple guy. I'm not super, it's crazy. I'm not really into technology, right? That's not that's not my thing. That's my brother's thing. Right. But and so I always struggle. I've struggled through school. I got kicked out of college. I said my mother was a college professor. My own mother gave me an F in one of her college classes. Oh, so, man. Yeah, talk about brutal. You had pressure. You had pressure. Well, she was like, what'd you think? It was going to be a free ride? And I was like, well, come on, Mom. Yeah. But hopefully you made her proud now, right? Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She was, my mom believed in, I was raised, in the 70s. I had a T-shirt that said, I'm okay, you're okay. And, there you go. Jamming with like CCR, Yeah. Definitely. And so, everything's a teachable moment. And, that's how I was raised. But I'm not a technology guy. And, so when I was talking to Chuck about this, that was my focus, right? Right. Because Chuck, you can learn more about him. He's got his own website and stuff. He's an AI and linguistics technology guy. Yeah, he just connected with me on LinkedIn. I want to say either this morning or last night. So I'm going to do a dive with him on that eventually. Yeah, and he it's like talking to a doctor, like, hey man, can you put it in like, common folk terminology and stuff? And, and so that was the theory behind all of this, was let's make it Mitch proof, right? Let's bring it down to where someone, like Mitch can use this stuff. And so I told him, let's go backwards. Let's go back to where it's just phone, no apps, no training, none of that stuff. Let's just make it a simple, you pick up the phone and you call. And, the beauty of the way he set it up is
a family can use it, right? It's not limited to a person. There's a family version of Wizzenatr and Updater, but Updater is more business, but Wizzenatr has a family version. So the whole family and Biographer, which is the anthology and telling your stories, they both have family versions. So you can sign up and you can put your mother on it, or your grandmother, or your grandpa, or whomever. Your whole family can go on there, and they each have their own space to tell their stories. And all you have to do for your mother, or cousin, aunt, brother, whatever, is give them the phone number. They literally just plug a phone number in. That's it. And it will email updates and stuff that, hey, grandma called and here's a brief summary of what she said.
I love that. Oh, it's like having a family receptionist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I want to dive into that really quick. What are
Okay.
some testimonies you've gotten about that? Because I'm sure there's been some beautiful stories.
Yeah. It's mainly just that they have access to them, I think is if you were going to sum it up, it's that they don't have to worry about what story is being told. It gets organized, and that the stories are there in their words. We were very, very specific with the programming to not, like, it's not going to write a novel for you.
Right.
It's not going to take your idea and write a novel. It's going to be your family's words. So it's very important. It was very important that we not change the words. So I think that's kind of the best feedback that we've gotten is that it's grandma's words, right? It's grandma's stories. It's not an AI enhancement. So, I mean, if you wanted to write a book, this is perfect, right? Because you just tell it. It's going to place, if you want to make edits, the beautiful thing of it is you could say, oh, you know what? I grew up, I said that the house we lived in was in, Ontario, California, but it was actually in Rancho Cucamonga. Right. It'll save that note, and wherever you put that in, it's going to correct it.
Sure. Right.
And so it's just that it's natural, and that the conversation, it will continue the conversation. It's not a one-liner. So I think trying to sum up the question as that it's their words and their stories.
Sure.
And it's not this AI enhancement type of thing.
AI is just kind of the engine that builds the tool. The tool is
exactly. There's a different way of using AI. You can use AI to do stuff for you, like write your paper or whatever, but that's not you. If you use AI as a tool to get what you need done, that's a different story. So in this case, AI is just the tool that people are using. It's serving a purpose. It's not building the house. It's just the hammer you swing.
Right. There you go. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and what really intrigues me here is I think a lot too about note taking, because in the disabled community, specifically in the blind and low vision, so many people are trying to find different ways of taking notes, whether it be with a braille display, portable braille displays, or it could be voice memos on their iPhones and recording apps on the Android, or maybe those portable microspeak audio recorders.
Yeah.
But even then, for some folks, just those systems could be very overstimulating. And this particular Updater and Wizzenatr, they take a lot of that tactile necessity or technical requirement out of it completely. And again, I know it sounds super exaggerated, but it's incredible. It's just telling your virtual assistant like Siri or Google to, hey, call so-and-so. And that's it. That is all you have to do. Then at that point, you just talk to, Edgar, or you talk to Ruby, or you talk to Dorothy, or whoever, the AI folks.
Yeah.
What's going on? You know what I mean? And I was just thinking out loud, I'm like, ooh, this would be really cool as like an Alexa skill. Like if you set this up with Alexa, so you could just tell your assistant, it's like, hey, call updater or talk to updater,
Yeah. Well, that's 100% it. I mean, we get that question a lot. Like, well, what's the difference between this and, why not just use my AI note taker? So I have he's like 13-year-old nephew who's really into technology. And he's like, I don't know, Uncle Mitch, that pretty much sounds like an AI note taker. Or, why don't I just use the memo pad on my iPhone? And I said, well, let me ask you this. Is the memo pad on your iPhone going to organize your notes? Is it going to put it in chronological order? Is it going to search the internet for you, find the link, and then email you the entire conversation with all the links for back reference with the most latest, whatever out there is on the internet?
No.
And he's all like, oh, no, it doesn't do that. I said, exactly.
Humbled. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yes. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so there's a difference. You're right. The AI note takers and stuff, they will do that, but it's not organized. The beauty of like Update or whatever, I'm sure there's certain structure to what you have to do. And, the reports and certain questions, you want to answer. So you can structure it like a conversation. Just picture a personal receptionist that you give her the list or him the list of questions to ask you. And then when you call, it asks you the questions, you answer it. You don't have to worry about grammar. You just talk. Right. And then it will organize it, structure it in the format you decided, and then email it to whomever that information is relevant for. So,
man,
like the best example I give, because people can understand this on the construction side, at least I understand it. So I don't know about everybody else, but if I'm building a house and I want to give an update, I don't want to send an update to the plumber, an update to the electrician, and an update to the homeowner. Right? I don't want to send 3, 4, 5 different emails. I just call and give an update, and then you can structure the content. You can put there's content filters, so you can tell it to only send plumbing information to this email, only send electrical to this email, only give an executive summary to this email, and it's one phone call, and you're done. I mean,
what more could you ask for in that?
And we set this up. We're not trying to get rich off of everybody. There's actually all our websites. So we have Biographer, we have My Ideator, Wizzenatr, Updater, and Crab Caller. None of those have any ads on them. We don't sell anybody's information. There's no profit by going to our website or anything. We never had that intent. And, it's truly to try and help people, like you talked about the universal design, is just, he's made free versions for all of them. And a little, what do you call it? Secret menu on the free version. So while it does say that it's a 5-minute call, it'll never hang up on you. So, it will hang up on you after like an hour and a half. But if you can talk for an hour and a half straight, that's good.
Good on you, right? There you go.
But I mean, it won't, like, if anybody wants to use the free versions, you can use them and you could stay on the line. If you go over 5 minutes, then you can't call back till the next day. Right. That's the restriction on the free version. But it's not but if you call for 3 minutes and hang up, guess what? You can call back again.
There you go.
That's a little hack on the free version of the products. So it's we're not trying to sell anybody's name. You're never going to get, God, I had a customer sign me up on Pinterest so she could send me some stuff. And I must clear 10 to 15 Pinterest emails a day on whatever it is Pinterest is selling. And we don't do any of that. We're not doing that.
No, and that's morally and philosophically, I mean, that's just so commendable, especially with a tech startup and an AI company, because there's so many companies out there right now fighting for that top tier position of like, whose data can we mine, right? Because
that's the thing, right? If it's they're either selling you a product or you're the product and they're selling it.
There you go.
That's the way the internet works, right? People don't realize that 99% of the time, if a product is free, then you are the product and they're selling your information.
Right.
Because, that's why it's free, right? They're mining your information and then flipping it around and selling advertisers and stuff. And
right.
We never intended this to do that. We just truly wanted, Chuck and Natasha wanted to help Mom, and then Chuck wanted to help me, and then it grew into, these products all designed just to make life simpler. Again, I'll say it again, because I love your, what you had on one of your podcasts about the universal design. It's for everyone.
Yeah, it's for everyone, right? Not just the blind, not just, the mobile, right? It covers that whole spectrum, and that's because nobody likes that topic, right? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's almost become a cuss word for many people. No one likes to hear DEI anymore. So I love that we're restructuring the playing field, which I think is really good for innovators like yourself too, and for people in the field, because now instead of just honing in on honing in on one subgroup, well, what do we do to cover everybody? Like, what does that look like? As far as Wizzenatr and Updater and all of these just alligators are concerned, what's next, dude? Like, what's going on this next year? Is there any big goals that you and Chuck have?
Our right now we've got the products at the stage we feel. We did a lot of beta testing and let a couple companies use it for free and just that sort of thing. Making minor tweaks, but just getting the product out there. I read an article on I forget where, but it was a survey as far as, did the blind community believe that AI can help them? It was a survey done, and it was amazing that it was like something like 40% didn't believe there was any way that AI could truly help the vision and blind, impaired community. And I was all like, what? What are you talking about? And I even responded it was on LinkedIn, I think, now that I'm remembering. I was like, here you go, Wizzenatr, it's right there. You don't have to be a tech person. All you need is a phone. And if you want to tell your story, I mean, there's probably all kinds of meaningful stories out there for people with any kind of disability, right? So you have Biographer, where you can start your story, you can tell your story, and it's not going to disappear, and you don't have to worry about the structure. It's going to organize it for you. So, and just being able to be better at your job, like you said with Updater, if I can just call in my reports in real time, my information in real time, I just left a meeting with a person for you, right? And it's all fresh in your head, and you're running through all the steps you gave them, and everything, and you want to just jump on the call and download it, you're done. You know,
because I'm going to tell you, I am terrible at monthly narratives. Like just because I can write fast doesn't mean I'm going to write articulately, right? You know, so this addresses that need.
We went ahead, Tony, because you're willing to talk about this. So for Wizzenatr, we went ahead and created a coupon code for the first month is completely free for anybody that wants to use it through your show or you want to share it with them. So the coupon code for Wizzenatr is WIZZ-Tony.
First month free of Wizzenatr by going to Wizzenatr.com and get in that coupon code WIZZ-Tony. That's WIZZ-Tony. You'll get 30 days free, no hassle, nothing.
Yeah. And cancel it. You know, if it's not for you, then cancel it. It's not very expensive, folks. It's like $8 a month or something, but it's a cup of coffee. It would be great if this takes off, and if this helps thousands of people, well, sure. Yeah, obviously we're going to make some money, but more importantly, we help thousands of people.
There you go. Bingo. Yeah. And then that's just it. Universal design. You're creating a system that's free, you know, that has a free tier, that has a, you know, so people can try it. And if they like it, and, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, I could extend this to my team, or my family would love this. Like, how can I do this, right? You know, so let's do a demo of OPdaytr and Wizzenatr right here live on the podcast. So I've got my iPhone 16. You're going to be able to hear voice over here for just a second. And I'm going to call OPdaytr using Siri. 12. Call OPdaytr on speaker.
Calling now on speaker.
8 notifications.
Hi, Tony. Ruby here. What are we documenting for today's sessions?
So today, hey Ruby, good to see you. So today I'm actually sitting down with Mitch Wooters from the OPdaytr LLC company, and we just went over the overall products. We talked and had some enthusiastic conversations. He also alerted me and let me know that customers who hear the podcast with him can get 1 month free of Wizzenatr by just going to Wizzenatr.com and typing in WIZZ-Tony.
Got it. What are the next steps or follow-ups coming out of your conversation with Mitchell?
Well, what we're planning on doing is I'm going to follow up with him and let him know when the episode is published and send him links so he can promote it to his network, and hopefully be able to track and look at that referral process and see how things go for customers, and overall just have a good time with this, you know, bringing access to people.
Thanks. Any staff interactions from today that you want captured?
No staff interactions today. It's Sunday, so I'm off from my day job. So I just wanted to note some interactions that I had for my podcast.
Understood. Any personal reminders or important to-dos you want to record for yourself coming out of today?
Yes, I do. I do want to follow up with Mitchell's brother, Chuck. And possibly schedule some time to talk to him about AI and technology.
When do you want to follow up with Chuck?
Monday morning, tomorrow morning.
Okay, I've got that follow-up with Chuck for tomorrow morning. Any other sessions, reminders, or important to-dos from today you want to capture?
Nope, that does it. That's it. I just wanted to call and make sure I got that done.
Perfect. Thanks, Tony. Have a good rest of your day.
I love how it hangs up right away. Like, you know, that's awesome.
Well, you know, a couple of things. So we went through a lot of iterations of getting that timing and stuff, and all of that. So it's kind of funny. It's fun to hear. I noticed you picked the what is that, Irish?
Yeah, Irish
accent. You know, I love that too. You know, there's a couple of accents, and you know, something else that's kind of cool about OPdaytr specifically, we made sure, so on the OPdaytr it's bilingual. So it does speak Spanish.
Oh,
So,
love that. Oh,
yeah.
there you
So,
go.
you know, someone you could just start. I mean, I don't speak Spanish, and I don't know if you do, but
My partner does. I'm
they
getting
could just
there. I'm getting
they
there.
could just start speaking Spanish to it. Eventually, we'll probably add a standalone Spanish agent with more of a Spanish accent, because it does, you know, it'd
Sure.
be funny to hear an Irish person speaking Spanish. But, you know, it's there. So,
it is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and it works great. It's responsive. I feel, you know, and the thing, you know, for folks listening and watching in, you can just talk to it. You know what I mean? Like I stutter sometimes when I talk, and it doesn't put that into consideration. It just listens, it deciphers, and it organizes.
Yeah, and we've talked about it, you know, from an HR standpoint, you can get as mad as you want at it, and it's not going to call HR.
If you're going to let your rage out on an employee, this would be the one. Right?
Yeah, definitely. It's not going to, you know, I mean, you know, some of us need that, you know,
sure.
sometimes,
Outlet,
you know,
man. Yeah.
Yeah, you need an outlet, and you're not going to hurt its feelings. And, you know, it's what's beautiful about it is, you know, Tony's going to receive an email summary of that call, and it's in his email. He doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
It's there. He knows it's there. And when he gets to it, whenever that is, he has the information.
Yeah, and it's done just like that. Because I'm probably gonna forget that I called UpDater in an hour and a half.
Yep.
You know, and that's just how my brain works. I am ADHD as all get out. I'm always thinking, I'm always moving. So this is perfect for someone like me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
For many people out there who either have short-term memory loss, who are struggling with dementia, or, you know, you just have so much going on in the day. You're meeting with so many people.
Yep.
You go to your computer at night to look at your emails, and it's like, oh shit, I called UpDater at 1:30 this afternoon. Okay, great. You know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And like, I think it's great what you're using it for as far as your to-dos, right? Your follow-ups, you know, that sort of thing. You don't have to remember. That's the biggest relief for me when I use it, in all honesty, is just remembering the little details. I don't have to. One of the things I use it for, because I use it for for my personal stuff, is, you know, my company wants to know my hours on job sites. You know, how long did you spend? Because they bill the customers accordingly, right?
Right.
And so now I just, when I get done with the job site, when I get in the car, I just call UpDater and say, you know, I spent an hour and a half here, and this is what we covered, and I hang up, and I'm done. You know, I've downloaded that, and then, you know, you can set that up to send emails instantly, or like the office, they don't want all my calls. So the accounting department only gets the time information, and it goes to them at 7:30 at night. So I know that email on my time on job sites is going to accounting at 7:30 at night. I'm done with my day, and the information that they need is sent to them, and I'm done. I don't do anything at 7:30 at night. Hopefully I'm watching the Dodger game, or
there you go,
eating dinner.
You know what I want to experiment with, and this is where my brain always goes. I like to stretch AI as far as it can go.
Oh, yep.
That's my favorite part about coming across new products and these the companies like yours who are really trying to test the overall field. And my thought is, I wonder how much context I can actually put in these boxes. Like, because the thing is, like, you know, maybe you send something to an administrative staff. Well, maybe it needs to have a specific language. How much can I put into that context window to word it specifically this way for this group, word it this way specifically for this, you know, for these folks, you know, and I don't know, like that. My brain is going a million miles an hour just thinking, how far can this be stretched?
Yeah,
you know, and make it specialized.
We've set it up pretty good. We're always looking for suggestions. You know, on the emails that are sent out, you can pick the executive level summaries versus the entire conversation, right?
Right.
So there's different levels of reports. You can also go in and filter the content so that the plumber doesn't hear about the electrical and the electrician doesn't hear about the painter, right? So you can sort the content, and then you can pick the level of detail, whether it's just an executive summary with bullet points, or, you know, down to the minute detail, depending on the individual receiving it.
Right.
So, you know, we've tried to set it up where it's simple, but like you said, you know, able to just get certain information, and you know, and then the number of questions and how the questions, that's up to the person. That's up to you.
Right. And I like that. You put the control into the customer's hands, into the user's hands, right?
Yeah.
So it can be as easy as simple, right? A grandma can use this to just document some things of what she was doing today, and, you know, the whole family gets it in plain language, right? Or, you know, the executive director can use this to assign things for his team and to, send updates for fundraising efforts, so on and so forth. And it gets sent to the specific, like, again, like the spectrum is freaking huge here. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. We have a guy that is using it because he said he got tired of getting tickets for being on his phone trying to send emails in the morning for his team.
Oh.
he said the whatever per month is a lot cheaper than the tickets, you know. So, you know, you can set it up so he has team members, right? And he has assignments and things he wants them to do, and he's got to give like a morning briefing. So he just calls it on his way in, and it organizes it and sends the emails out accordingly before he's even gotten to the office. And it's all organized. So there's no limit. Everybody's situation is different, and that's where the blank slate comes in. I made sure, because I've used programs where it's their program, their way, their app, and you have to like kind of bow down to their belief in how it should be done. And we didn't like that. We want it to be universal, right? And everybody has their own way. So you just tell it. You tell it what to ask you. You tell it how to send the information and where to send it to. And it's just a tool for you to make life simple.
Wow. That is incredible. Can we do the demo of Wizzenatr?
Yeah.
Hi, Mitch. Sloan here. What can I help you with today?
Hi. You know, I'm just going to make something up here, but I need to plan a birthday party for an 8-year-old girl whose favorite character is My Little Pony. Can you help me?
Yes, I can help with that. Do you want it at home or at a venue?
I don't want them in my house, so let's find a venue.
Okay, I'll quickly look up a few kid party venues that fit that theme. Best fit is Pastorino Farms in Half Moon Bay with friendly pony parties, since it's an actual venue. Want something near San Francisco or anywhere in the Bay Area?
Half Moon Bay is fine.
Pastorino Farms in Half Moon Bay is a solid pick for an on-site pony-themed party. Want me to focus on morning or afternoon timing?
Afternoon.
Afternoon works there, and they can do pony rides plus petting zoo with unicorn add-on. About how many kids are you expecting?
8.
Take your time. Great. 8 fits well for a one pony setup there. Do you want it more My Little Pony colors or full unicorn focus?
My Little Pony, I guess.
Got it. Go My Little Pony colors with pony rides as the main activity. What city are you coming from?
Fremont, California.
From Fremont, Half Moon Bay is doable for an afternoon party. What month is the birthday?
October?
October should be fine there, but weekends can book early. Do you want Saturday or Sunday?
You know what? Let's pause that for a minute. I got to ask the boss on those details. Can we search something else?
Sure, no problem. What do you want to search instead?
Can you tell me what time the Laker game is on tonight?
Yep, I'll check tonight's Lakers tip-off time right now. Tonight's Lakers game tips at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Anything else you want me to look up?
Yeah. Can you tell me how to get from Fremont, California to San Francisco Airport via BART?
Take BART from Fremont to Millbrae, then take the airport train to SFO. Do you want fastest route or fewest transfers?
Fewest transfers.
Fewest transfers is Fremont to Millbrae on BART, then transfer once to the SFO airport train. Which Fremont station are you starting from?
Warm Springs?
From Warm Springs, take BART toward Millbrae, then switch to the SFO airport train at Millbrae. Do you want weekday directions or weekend?
Weekday, and I need to be at the airport by noon.
Okay, I'll check a typical weekday BART timing to arrive by noon. On a weekday, leaving Warm Springs around 10 a.m. usually gets you to SFO by about 11. Want me to check the exact train times for your specific day?
No, that's okay. We'll call back. Thank you.
Glad I could help. Talk to you later.
Wow.
So
Holy crap.
yeah, and the beauty of that is that, you know, I'm going to get that email summary. So I'm going to have all the links. I'll have all the times. I'll have, you know, everything. So that 8-year-old party, I will now have it'll send you the website, right? So then,
Wow.
and I did that, you know, you could do that while you're driving in the car or like you said, riding in the car or riding a bus, or, you know, you're at the library and you know, need to get somewhere from point A to point B and you're not sure how to do it.
Right.
You just call. I mean, that's the difference between using AI as your resource versus using AI as a tool to do the legwork to get you real information. Wow. And, you know, that's why I asked it for the time on the basketball game, right?
Right.
You know, to show everybody that
it's real time.
Yeah.
It's all real time information, up to date. There's no hallucinations.
Yeah,
right?
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Well, amazing. Like, dude, I'm impressed. Like, this is serious. This is such a gift of a discovery. I wouldn't have known this beautiful tool existed if you and I had not crossed paths on LinkedIn. Like, right. I don't know what to say other than just everyone listening to the podcast. If you want to try out Wizzenatr, now is your chance and opportunity to do this. Wizzenatr.com. That's Wizzenatr.com. And you can get your first month free by using the promo code WIZZ-Tony in checkout for your first month completely free. Mitch, I want to thank you for coming onto the podcast today and taking time to just hang out with me and hang out with my audience. And you know, welcome to the TG Show. Welcome to the TG Show family.
No problem, man. I just you know, my family and I just want to help, you know, and we truly hope that, you know, Wizzenatr, our updater, our biographer, whatever your want or needs are, you know, they're there for you. All the sites are connected to each other. And for the techie folk out there, you know, if you want to use OpenClaw voice, you know, talk to OpenClaw via voice. There's Crab Caller, you know, so it's just a new world. It doesn't have to be so complicated.
No, it doesn't. Right. And as you said, it's the difference between using AI as a resource and AI as a tool.
Yeah.
100%.
Wow.
Mitchell, thanks again for coming on to the show. Again, this was a real privilege. I hope we can do this again. Again, that address is Wizzenatr.com, Wizzenatr.com. First month free, completely free. Okay. What are you waiting for? Like, it's no money, nothing. Use promo code WIZZ-Tony on checkout to give this a shot, and you will be surprised.
Yeah, please, just everyone, just take a look at it, read the blogs, and if it can help you, fantastic. If you need anything, you have any questions, go to the help section, contact support. We'll gladly respond with whatever assistance is needed.
Perfect. Thanks, Mitchell.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. Send an email to the show at info@tonygebhard.me. Always remember, you matter every day.